What's going on, everybody? You got the old Mongo Man here with you this evening. And for the midweek update this week, we're going to go for a ride with old Mike Mazzacco of CicKo Transportation here in Coraopolis, Pennsylvania. Mike and I were out to get this Titan trackmobile from a rental customer. We took it across town to another rental customer where we picked up another machine and had to go back to the shop. So here you can see where Mike gets into a little bit of a predicament here, way off in the oncoming traffic lane so that he had enough room to swing that right-hand turn. That's a typical maneuver for these guys, and that's actually what he wanted me to do following along behind him, was to stop traffic from sneaking up alongside the right-hand side and really creating a problem as he's making that right-hand turn. It seems as though people don't have enough common sense to know not to do such a thing whenever those guys are trying to make that right-hand turn. And here he's going to make another right-hand turn. And of course, this video is sped up. Mike isn't going that fast. He is a very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Astute driver in the fact that he knows the right speed for the right situation. And again, in this video, it is sped up. And actually here where it seems like he is going at a decent rate of speed, he's going much slower because this is about 3 times sped up here. And as you can see here, because of Route 68 going south and the divide in the middle of the road there, he had to do one little correction to get it turned all the way in there and miss the median there in the middle of the road. But he does a nice job. Didn't scare anybody in oncoming traffic. And away we go down 65. You'll see here in a little bit to where he does get in the middle of the road. There was nobody behind us whenever he does that. And what it does is it gets the piece of equipment that he's hauling away from any trees. There he goes right there, over into the middle of the road. And what you would also notice, if it wasn't going so fast, you'll see it here on the return trip once we get out of this customer, that he does get over in the left-hand lane as well under underpasses, because usually that's higher than it is on the right-hand side. So I got in front of him there and led him through the facility. And here we are getting jockeyed around onto a level piece of ground so we can get this thing offloaded. The trailer that we were using was an XL heavy duty there load deck, and it can be a little bit precarious to get it hooked up and detached, but Mike did a really good job with it on this day. See me crawling up that Titan there, getting it fired up, getting ready to take it off. Up on the road wheels we go. And Chad actually met us down there. You'll see him here in a short little bit. He gives us a hand getting the Hercules on here. There goes the Titan. Here comes the Hercules. This is a customer's machine that's coming into the shop to get some work done to it. And the front end was hanging really, really low to the ground, so we had to do some extra blocking to get it up on there. And then the drivers on this machine are extra wore out, so it would not go up there on its own. So Chad had to give us a little nudge. And once we got her up on there, Mike put me where he wanted me. And we let her down onto the road, or onto the rail wheels, buttoned everything up, and away we go again. Back out of the facility here. You didn't get to see this on the way in because I actually let him in. But as you can see, this is a rail facility there in town. Coming up out of here, that Jeep right there, he did sneak in off the other side. For some reason, he thought he could get around Mike. I don't know why, but we were making a right-hand turn there, as you can see. And that's typically what those people do when you don't stop them from doing it. So here in a second, we go under an underpass. Well, that underpass wasn't so much the case, but there is one here where he just jumps over into the left-hand lane, right there. And then back over into the slow lane, and away we go. I think max speed that he hit there was about 60, 65, if it was even that fast. But he's slow and steady, and definitely gets it done. As we get down here into Sewickley, Chad, of course, who had met us down there, was following along behind, and he and I actually got traffic to where it wasn't anywhere near him. Chad is actually on my right hand side here. You can't see him, but we've got traffic stopped so that he can make the right hand turn onto the Swickley Bridge and over to the other side of the river again so that we can get up through Moon. And as you can see, Mike makes quick work of it, getting around that right hand turn. I follow in behind, and here we go again across the high river. And we're going to make another right hand turn here. So Chad and I both, you can see I'm in the middle of the road there, blocking traffic from jumping up on Mike's right hand side once again, and away we go. It rained on and off the whole trip here. You can see the windshield wipers are on, windshield wipers are off, but for the most part we had pretty decent weather. It wasn't terrible, but here we're starting to come up in the Moon, coming up University Boulevard. And the one thing I want to say, I don't know that you'll be able to see it, but right here Mike did a slow roll up to this light. This is a pretty good hill, and as he pulls away from that light, you can tell he is definitely a seasoned driver, as that truck didn't lunge, it didn't lurch, just nice and easy. Gets her rolling again up over that hill, and off we went. And here you'll actually see Chad sneak up on my left hand side as we come up on Business 60. There's Chad right there, blocking traffic so that Mike can make that left turn. Once he does get the turn made, you'll see here Chad sneaks up in front of me, and then we follow Chad all the way down to 376 and on to Montour Run. So we had a nice little convoy going there all the way into the shop. Overall, the trip from when I left the shop when I got back was about, it was about 4 hours. Met Mike there at the first customer, loaded the Titan, helped him strap everything down, took it to the second customer, offloaded the Titan, put the Hercules up on there, and then brought her all the way back down here into the shop. This is where H&K is there in Coraopolis, 4200 Castile Drive. I'm going to make the trip around and put the truck away.